Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. We're taking your calls for our Ask the Expert, Robillard Hearing Center, 789-6559, extension 2803. Leave us an email, leave us a message on our Facebook page. We're happy to be able to get you the information that you need. And so we are going to start off first and foremost, JB, with a question that did come to us on Facebook. And it's interesting because, you know, we tend to think of hearing loss later on in life, but a lot of times we're dealing with it earlier on. And so we do have the Facebook, we're going to bring it up in 1 second. I do believe it has to do with age requirements, you know, and is there really like an age appropriateness for this?
Right.
And so that question coming in, hopefully we'll get it onto the screen in just a second.
Okay.
If I can remember correctly, she'd worked in a number of bands. She's been in the music industry for quite some time. And so I think at that point, she's starting to notice that her hearing's taken a bit of a loss.
Right, yeah. And I think what she was suggesting was she's noticing that she's not hearing as well as she used to, but she's quite young. She's only 27 years of age. So it's unusual to develop a hearing loss at that age, but it does happen. And what we recommend to our clientele, to the public, is if you're beginning to experience some difficulties hearing, or if you feel you are, then the best thing to do is get a baseline, get a hearing evaluation.
Okay, let's see if we did have that question right on track. They had said something to us in our ears, so hopefully our hearing was okay. This is from Heather. Is there any age restrictions on hearing testing? I'm 27, I've been in music bands my whole life. Now I've noticed that I can't hear as well as I used to. I always have to ask people to repeat. My doctor told me I was too young for testing. Yeah,
no, there's no age restriction. And you know, what she could do, a good starting point would be just to take the online test.
Which is, okay, so we're going to head to your website right now.
Right.
This is what it looks like, and then testing yourself.
Exactly, yeah. Now, it's obviously not as accurate as a clinical test, you know, but it is indicative. And so if you do use headphones, it's more accurate. And very often, again, it shouldn't be considered as reliable, but typically it does detect a hearing loss if there is one. So it's a good starting point. And additionally, what you can do by performing the full evaluation, you can send the results to one of our audiologists. So you can get in communication with one of our clinicians and just go back and forth and ask any questions should you have any. So it's a great introduction to our company.
All right, so for those that would be going online and trying this yourselves, find yourself some quiet time. You don't want your kids running around or doing anything else at the same time, and you want to be in an environment where you can actually just place headphones.
Just plug in some headphones, that's right.
So what kind of questions would be on something like that?
Well, it's actually a pure tone test.
Okay.
It's a pure tone test, so it's actually measuring your hearing ability tone by tone. So it mimics a clinical evaluation, so it's simply a tone test. And it just measures your hearing ability tone to tone. And so typically if there is a hearing loss at a specific tone, it'll detect it.
All right.
And then you have the opportunity of just emailing the results to, at the end of the test, you can email the results to one of our clinicians and additionally ask any questions should you have any.
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever done a hearing test, so I wouldn't even have known what the type of tones I would be hearing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
interesting.
It's a good starting point, yeah, for sure.
Especially, too, if you just want to know your baseline now.
Yeah,
you know, in anticipation, you know, try to do it, just take a test right now to see where you're at so that you can start to monitor as we are all starting to age a little bit more.
That's a great idea, of course.
Wow, okay, other things that you would find on the website?
Well, what we have as well are just a variety of questions, a variety of resources that are hearing related, such as myths about hearing loss, signs of hearing loss as well. So if you are beginning to experience a hearing loss, you can do some research on our site where I'll give you some information as far as what kind of signs to look for. And additionally, I'll give you some information as to how to address your hearing loss. What's the next step? What does a hearing evaluation involve? And so many people have questions regarding the assessment, regarding the hearing test. So that's something that they can research on our website. And then finally, also hearing aids. So we've got a lot of information there on some of the new technologies that are being introduced within our field.
Right, as we saw here with the first one.
Right.
And then this was the Simmons one, right?
Exactly, that's the Siemens product. So I mean, of course, all our hearing aids today of course, they're digital nowadays, as everything is. And so it's a very dynamic industry. So the products that are coming out are continually being updated. And our website is staying current. It's just continually showcasing the latest technologies that are available.
I have to admit, I actually go on YouTube and put on those videos that make you cry of people hearing for the first time with all of them turning on. What is it called when they the devices that allow them to hear. What? Say it again.
Cochlear implants?
The cochlear, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And you're just watching the videos of people hearing for the
It's very
first time.
emotional.
It is.
Yeah,
You know what?
it
When
is.
when I just feel like having that feel good, I go and I look at
yeah.
those. It's amazing the response for people
It is.
hearing themselves for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for anyone who's looking for something fun to do on the internet, you might want to check out some of those stories. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We still have another segment. So send us in your questions, please, either via email, via Facebook. Give us a call live on the air.